if there was to be a single kindergarten and a grade 1 class, this would mean an initial enrollment of a maximum of 46 students. So you would have 22 students at the kindergarten level and 24 at the grade 1 level. And although the class sizes are allowed to increase to 30 at the grade 4 level, you would never actually grow to the number of 30 because students do not enter French immersion after grade 1. Their language proficiency is just not strong enough for them to be able to keep up. So what ends up happening is that you have an attrition rate of about 5 to 8% per year. The number of students each year actually decreases as students choose to leave for whatever reason that may be. So when you start off with a class of 22 in kindergarten, in my experience, usually by the time they get to the grade 6 or grade 7 level, you're down to about 14 or 15 students in the class, which means that you have a much lower student to teacher ratio, which is an increased cost to the district. But you would still need the 6 or 7 classrooms. One of the things that's sometimes difficult for people to understand is that people argue that, well, these students are still Chilliwack students and they're still coming from someplace else. The issue is that when you have a district program of choice, students may be coming from 3 or 4 or 6 or 10 other schools. And while they're leaving space in those other schools, they may only be leaving 1 or 2 spaces, which does not result in a net decrease in teacher staffing. You will still need, instead of having a class of 22 in the English kindergarten, you may have a class of 20 because 2 of the kids have gone to the French immersion class. You still need a full teacher for that class of 20. So the increased staffing costs come about that way. Also, when I talk about needing 6 or 7 classrooms, because it's a district program, again, they're coming from all over the district. So you still need to save space if you choose School A as the French immersion school. You'd still need to save space in that school for the children who live in that catchment area and have the right to attend an English program there. You can't remove them from one of the classrooms. You need to keep that space there. So, and as I say, every year the program grows by at least 1 class. So to say right now that you have a school that has 2 or 3 empty classrooms is not sufficient, because you actually need to be able to project forward 7 years from kindergarten through grade 6 and say, I am confident that we have 7 classrooms. And when you look at your district enrollment projections, there are no schools that are set to decrease in size. And so can't anticipate that there will be any available space. And as I said, you know, because you're moving students around the district, but you're not displacing whole classes from one program to another, you do have additional staffing costs because you still have to pay to staff the English program while you add to the French one.